Welcome back. My name is Cindy, and on this channel, I help you to pinpoint ways on how to improve your romantic and parental relationships. But in this video, I will be reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 7. So be sure to like this video, subscribe, and click that notification bell. All right. So the theme of this episode seems to be dogs and space. Like everybody's got dogs, everybody wants space. Let's just jump right into it. Let's start with Eric and Virginia. So this episode, the honeymoon is finally over and the couples are moving in together, going to see each other's places. And they're doing the same thing that they've been doing these last couple of seasons where they're putting all the couples relatively in the same areas. Virginia walks in, goes to the kitchen, and of course, she spots the wine glasses. This girl, are you okay? Can you like not drink for one day? She was saying how she buys her alcohol in boxes, and she keeps saying how she's young and she's trying to live her life, but it's like, no, it seems more like you have a problem with alcohol. This girl just always has to drink, and she was trying to use her age as an excuse. And it's like, girl, I know 26-year-olds that are not drinking every day, so get it together. She's definitely not ready for marriage. I cannot believe she thinks that it's okay for her to hang out with her guy friends and then pass out on their couch. Like, I wouldn't be doing that as a single person, let alone a married person. And for her to like make it out to seem like Eric is so controlling, like I think she's blowing things out of proportion. I think, as a concerned husband, he just wants to make sure that she's safe. And yeah, you shouldn't have to check in every time you go somewhere. But if you're going out and your husband tells you to be safe, I don't see what the problem is. And I'm glad Pastor Cal kept it 100, because he was like, I'm a married man and that would not be acceptable. I don't know on what planet Virginia is living on to think that it would be okay for her to go hang out with some guys that Eric doesn't even know and then pass out on their couch. Like, why aren't you coming home? What are you doing? And then she mentioned how she needs a day to herself. I'm glad Eric had to let her know, like, it's going to be gone half the month. You're going to have plenty of time to drink, carry on, and do what you have to do. I don't know what it is Virginia is hoping for. It's like she's living in La La Land. She's like obsessed with having her friends and being with these guy friends. Like, it seems a little weird to me. And then the thing with the cats, I mean, she told him just to take allergy meds every day. I feel like Eric is trying to meet Virginia halfway, but she's very childish and like it doesn't seem like she wants to compromise with him. And I'm not even sure why the experts would match them, knowing that he has allergic reactions to cats and she's like a cat lady with 2 dogs. And her dogs just kept on fighting, like going after each other. Like they just kept on fighting. Things are not looking very good for Eric and Virginia. I don't think they're going to be able to make it work. Like I said, I do feel like Eric is willing to meet her halfway, but she just wants to be loose and drink and hang out with her guy friends and just do the most. So we'll have to see what happens. Next, we have Ryan and Clara. They seem to be getting along. I'm really happy for them. Ryan seems very happy. He confirmed that he is attracted to Clara and she's definitely attracted to him. And I really thought Ryan was going to be like a super neat freak. I mean, his place was clean, but when he opened those cabinets and those fallen shelves, I was like, bro, what you doing? Like, I don't know what is going on. And to my surprise, Clara actually isn't as messy as I thought she was going to be. I thought when they walked into her apartment, it was going to be a hot mess, but she actually is pretty neat and clean. And I like how she had her shirts folded in the drawer. Ryan likes to do the laundry, but he doesn't like to fold. And she's all for the folding and being really organized with her drawers. So that's really cute. They had that conversation about bedtime. And Ryan, he's like, oh, I go to bed between 10 and 10:30, and Clara's like, I'm basically a night owl. I don't go to bed till like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I think that's due to her profession. I mean, she is a flight attendant, and I'm sure her schedule is probably all over the place. I'm with Ryan. I like to be in pitch dark. I don't want the TV to be on when I'm trying to sleep either. And then Pastor Cal came over, and I thought the conversation they were having with Pastor Cal was pretty good. He was giving them really good advice about the L word. You know, Ryan seems to be apprehensive on saying the word love, but Pastor Cal let him know that love is actually a choice and a commitment that you make to another person. It's not necessarily a feeling. And I think that was really great advice. And I can actually see them falling in love. Like, he seems to really like her. I'm surprised they didn't bring up the religion thing. Like, they're both on like cloud nine saying how everything is so great and peachy. But I think the religion thing is a big deal, and it could potentially be a deal breaker. So I think it's important for them to talk to one of the experts about how they're going to navigate their differences on religion. But I mean, if they're making it out to seem like it's not a big deal, maybe it's not a big deal. So we'll have to see how that pans out. They seem to be getting along, so I'm really happy for them. All right, next we have Jake and Haley. Oh my God, my heart was breaking for Jake this episode. Even with last week's episode, the way it ended. Haley just doesn't like Jake, point blank, period. And she's afraid to like communicate that to him. I mean, she's saying that she doesn't want to hurt his feelings, but I feel like when you're not honest with someone about stuff like that, it's even more hurtful, because for her to tell him that it was a girls' night and then turns out it was kind of a couple's night and she just didn't want him to be around, that's really hurtful. And he explained how he has been in a situation where he's been in a relationship. Well, he thought he was in a relationship, but the girl was using him to cheat on her boyfriend. And so I can see how that can be a trigger. And like he said, little white lies will turn into bigger lies, and it's just not a good way to start off your marriage. They ended up sleeping in separate rooms. She just doesn't like him, and it's unfortunate because I'm actually starting to like Jake. Before I thought he was like really weird and nerdy and quirky, but he's really sensitive and he does want to make this work. He is attracted to Haley, but she just doesn't like him. And so I think she's going to try to make it through the next couple of weeks, but she's definitely going to say no on decision day. Next, we have my beloved Vincent and Brianna. Can I just say, Vincent loves his tight shirts. Like, his shirt was super tight when he was sitting down with Pastor Cal tonight. It started off really positive. You know, they were vibing and he was basically professing his love to her during the time that they sat down with Pastor Cal, but things started to go left. I couldn't really hear what Brianna was saying, but I could tell he was uncomfortable. And I don't think she realized that her snarky comments are annoying. I think anybody would be annoyed if every time you turn around, your spouse is saying something slick. And I thought it was a really funny moment when he, you know, popped the bottle of champagne. And I guess she said something. I didn't really catch what she said. And he was just not happy. But I didn't think it was to the point where he needed to actually leave their apartment. Brianna has expressed that she doesn't want to be rude, but snarky comments are rude. Like Vincent said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I think it comes off a kind of snobbish in a way. And she definitely seems to want to like boss him around. She was like, take off your shoes, hug my dog. It's time for you to shave. I mean, it's just like one thing after another. And she just seems to be wanting to boss him around. And he's probably getting to the point where it's like a bit overwhelming. But I don't agree that he left. Brianna's very direct. Vincent, I think he tries to be the nice guy. You can tell it's kind of hard for him to like say things because he doesn't want an argument and he's trying to keep things cool. But I can sense that she is hurting his feelings and he doesn't know really how to communicate that. So in turn, he's creating a bigger problem. I think even if he felt like he needed a timeout or a little break, they do have a guest bedroom. Not that I feel like they should be sleeping in separate beds. It's too early on in the marriage for the couples to be sleeping apart, but the least he could have done was go to the second room. For him to have left, Brianna probably feels like he abandoned her, and I can totally understand that, because I feel like when couples have a disagreement and one of them like actually leaves, and the way he left, it was like, well, I can just go home. And it's just like she said, we're married. This is our home. That was heartbreaking. I also think production, of course, is making it all dramatic and like crazy. I'm looking forward to next week to see them get back on track. I'm not too concerned that they can't like work through this, but I do think Brianna needs to understand that her smart remarks and slick comments are not always necessary. And clearly he doesn't like that. They're going to get back on track. They definitely do need to continue to have conversations and probably talk with the experts so they can develop a better communication pattern. If he continues to just walk away and leave, like, that's not good. Looking forward to see how they resolve this next week. Last but not least, of course, we have Chris and Paige. I just don't understand the dynamics between this whole situation. First of all, why was it okay for him to leave to go to Chicago? What was in Chicago? Can someone tell me why he was going to Chicago? Because they didn't make that really clear. And Paige went to the apartment without him. I would have went home. And she should have just gone home from like after the wedding. And for her to stick around to be even more humiliated, I don't understand how Chris is calling certain shots. He's able to say what he feels like on camera and then tries to hide other things. Like, what is going on with that? She was actually upset that he was asking for a divorce. Like, girl, are you serious? You should have annulled it the night of the wedding. And I wasn't surprised that she was busting it wide open for him every day. Like, where is her self-esteem? She has very low self-esteem. She even like followed him, and it was like she was giving him the puppy dog eyes, like, please pick me. She just wants Chris to pick her so bad, and I'm not understanding what the connection is. More than likely, he already knew his ex-fiance was pregnant, and he just wanted to get some attention, be on TV. Like, Paige has really low self-esteem. She has no boundaries. I don't understand why she felt like she had to please him and bust it wide open every day of the marriage, when every day of the marriage he was coming up with some foolery. Like, I'm not attracted to you. I have a baby on the way. I still love my ex, but let's jump in the bed and like get it in. Like, I don't understand. I noticed that her family has been MIA since before she was matched. So I'm guessing that her family was not supportive in this foolery, and I can understand why, but she does need a support system. Like, she needs to go and work through whatever issues she has, because for her to basically is willing to continue to be available for Chris, it just blows my mind. Like, he whispered that he doesn't want to fall in love with her, and she's like smiling all happy, and it's just like, why are you so happy? What is there to be happy about? Like, Paige is looking really thirsty. She went downstairs and was like, it's almost like she's waiting for him to pick her. And it's just like, he's just looking at her like, I already told you. It feels like he kept trying to give her an out, but she just was not getting the point. And even after that conversation with Pastor Cal, she was in the parking lot with those puppy dog eyes, basically waiting and hoping that he would change her mind. And he was just kind of like, what are you still doing here, basically? And so she was like, oh, I'm going to walk away. And she walked away and stood there while he drove away. And it was really painful to watch. I am hoping that the experts will help Paige to get into some kind of therapy of some sort, because she really needs to build up her self-esteem and understand her worth, because the way that she was just so willing and ready, and then the fact that she's saying, you know, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Like, why would you want to be the third wheel? I mean, he's clearly told you that he's still in love with the girl. And then he even threw in there like, oh yeah, Paige is a good girl, but my ex-fiance, she's an amazing woman also. It's like, girl, how many slaps in the face do you need? And I wish she would just walk away and be done. Paige flipped from baby voice Paige to trying to get upset. But it's like, why are you getting upset when you still want to be with this man? Like, she's so dedicated, and I'm just wondering why. Like, can someone comment below and let me know what I'm missing? Help me understand why she's so head over heels wanting to be with Chris. Comment below and let me know what I'm missing, because I just don't get it. Well, I'm looking forward to next week. It seems like they're going to be making an appearance with the ex-fiance. I don't understand why Paige would agree to this. Join me here next week. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.